Our big news this week is Jon Favreau likes to make people think that Lucasfilm is this little indie startup that he can just be like, I'm bored, I'm going to tweet about my next movie, except you don't tweet on Instagram because it's Instagram that he used. He put out some pictures for some first look at his TV series on the Disney streaming service. I'm still going to call it the direct-to-consumer Disney streaming service.
Just keep calling it The Vault. Maybe it'll stick.
The Vault. Yep. So his Star Wars show on The Vault, which people were like, oh, this isn't going to happen because Bob Iger didn't talk about it to Variety. He put out the first image of it, and the show is called The Mandalorian, and it's set after the fall of the Empire, but before the First Order. So, that small window there. About 6 years or so, it's going to be out on the Outer Rim. And so, the fall doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have changed much. But it looks like to me that it's going to be a Western in space with a $10 million an episode budget.
Really? $10 million? Wow.
That's
that's Game of Thrones money.
Yeah,
I was going to say that's almost our budget, but
Well, just
Patreon.com people.
All right. So, some of the directors, they found some directors, and you have Dave Filoni, who did Clone Wars and Rebels. Favreau obviously is going to be doing it. He's also bringing in this little New Zealand guy from New Zealand named Taika Waititi. I think Jeff really likes his work.
You know what's funny is that I can't tell if that bit is if you were legitimately having a hard time pronouncing his name or having a fun time having a hard time pronouncing his name. I guess it's a little
kind of his shtick.
I was kind of dragging it out for Jeff because I know how much you loved Thor Ragnarok, which he directed.
Hey, you said something about Thor Ragnarok positively today.
First 20 minutes, I'll say, is amazing. The fight with Surtur, it's awesome. And then I stopped caring when Doctor Strange showed up with his dishwashing gloves. And so it's just we're done.
All right.
But the immigrant song playing when he's kicking Surtur's butt, it's amazing.
It was pretty good. Yeah. Deborah Chow from Jessica Jones, Rick okay, this one I'm really having a hard time pronouncing. Famuyiwa. Bryce Dallas Howard. And so,
producers what are these names you're saying?
You just want me to say...
No, let me rephrase. Why
they're directors. They are directors for episodes of this show. So, they are getting bigger name directors. Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, Colin Wilson, and Karen Gilchrist are going to help produce it. But we don't know anything about anybody who's actually going to be in it.
Like the actors?
Yeah.
We know the people, but we have plenty of directors.
Yeah, plenty of directors and producers, no actors. So
perfect. You don't need actors to make a movie.
I don't know. Do you guys? So The Mandalorians came out of Boba Fett in the original trilogy. Actually, came out of Boba Fett in the holiday special initially.
Yeah.
But Mandalorians have become so popular. Do you think they're going to do the thing where everyone has built up these awesome Mandalorians, and now they're going to do a show completely about Mandalorians, and people are going to be so mad because that's not my Mandalore.
We know that's going to happen no matter what they do, so you might as well just make stuff that's really cool. And Mandalorians
it's
are
Star
cool,
Wars.
So.
The fans already hate it.
Yeah,
that's very true. That is very true.
And this is a very good thing to do because it is completely away from main canon. It's very smart for them to be we're going to make a series, and it's going to be about something that people love, or or recognize. It's not just going to be completely off the wall. Nobody knows anything about, the Red Sun, or is that what they're called? In Solo. But yeah, unless you're awesome at knowing Star Wars. But this is something that people like, and then they'll get new information from it.
That is true. So you're building on lore for people. Jeff, what do you think?
Like I said, it's Star Wars. Fans already are disappointed.
I guess that's true. Okay.
We only have, we have one image and people are already saying, there's no Mandalorian, blah, 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 blah. How about you just let the thing
In order
happen?
to get into the Mandalorian mercs, I had to have my costume have this, and this doesn't have the right chest piece.